This is the Supermotor version 3 with the rubber belts, and these belts have been known to stretch and to perish. This particular one has now gone a bit yellow. It also easily will meet. It's not as tight as what it used to be, and potentially it will create obstruction messages on your machine. Zoltan has created an upgrade, an improved version with a new replacement pulley and notched belt set, which is US $55. Contact support to purchase. And what is supplied are 2 large pulleys and 2 small pulleys, and 2, you can see that they're notched belts, which does create more accuracy with our Intelliquilter motors. Plus there are 2 Allen keys which fit the set screw on each pulley. You can see that there, to be able to change them over. So the first thing that we do is remove the stretch belt like this, and this one is not even, so it won't even go back to its normal shape of a circle. It's quite brittle now. Take note on the motor, when you remove it from your machine, you are only removing the motor from the bracket by these 2 positions here, the 2 screws in the motor block. You're not changing your bracket at all, so the alignment shouldn't change. And you should be able to just put your motor straight back on the bracket once you've completed this process. So what we need to do is remove both the small pulley and the large pulley from your motor. So find the Allen key that fits. Very tight. I'm going to have to use this. So we're just loosening that set screw on the pulley, and that was just you heard the click. Loosen it and you'll be able to remove the pulley from the shaft. Now if you look carefully on the shaft, there is a flat spot. That is where the set screw needs to go back onto. So that was the small pulley that we've just removed. Now we're going to replace it with the small pulley, the replacement one. To make this easier, rotate that spindle. Actually, I'm just going to undo a little bit on this one. So that the flat spot is facing out. It just makes it easier to be able to use the Allen key. Line up the set screw with the flat spot and push it on. Get the smaller Allen key and tighten that really firm, and then we can just screw that back, the whole pulley back in to where it was located before we unscrewed the shaft. So that's the first one. Now similar, rotate the larger pulley. You can hear the motor turning until there is easy access for the Allen key. Let's go out this side. place the large Allen key into the set screw and lefty-loosey, got it, loosen that off. And then you can remove that one off of that shaft. And you can see that there is a flat part of that shaft as well. Now you're going to find the larger pulley and you're going to line up the set screw onto the flat part of the shaft and put that one on. And using the using a large Allen key, tighten up the set screw onto the flat part of the shaft. Right. Make sure you get some leverage on there and tighten that up really firmly on the shaft. Okay. The next bit is to get your notched belt. And firstly, put it around the large pulley, and then you need to, it's quite tricky, but you need to be able to maneuver it over and slide into the grooves, and there you go. Your new pulleys and new belt are now installed. Last thing is to reattach your motor using your 2 large screws back to the bracket on your machine and replace your cover. Once that's done, you can turn your Intelliquilter on, and you need to perform an automatic engagement strength just to make sure that everything is all lined up properly here and working as it should after you've been playing with the shafts in the motor block. Always be on the safe side that you haven't nudged any of your brackets out of place.